Guys, it's your boy a.D back with another video. Now in today's video, we're doing if Naruto was in contact with the Otsutsuki clan part 3. So yeah, anyways, get this video to the deck for the next part, and yeah, uh let me know what you guys think of this part, and if you want me to continue this series. I'm not saying I don't want to continue, I'm just asking you guys if you actually want like this series. But yeah, anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, let me know, and also comment down below any like what suggestion that you guys have, like if you want a new series, or like what series you want me to do next from like the list that I'm already making. So yeah, anyways, yeah, without further ado, let's just get the video started. Yeah, we start this wave off with Danzo Shimura, as he was currently on in his underground base for his root organization, as he would basically walk up to a stack of folders, like a papers, whatever, as he would basically pick one up, as he had the information about of the Uchiha clan and how they were planning on attacking and taking over the village by doing a coup d'etat. As yeah, due to the bad treatment that Danzo basically has been making the others, basically the villagers and all of that, gave the Uchiha clan, as you basically flip to the next page to see they basically have they have a spy in the Uchiha clan, but the Uchihas didn't really know about him, so it was kind of like an unknown spy or whatever. And being Itachi Uchiha and Shishui Uchiha, but he got killed by Danzo. But he's now basically deceased due to Danzo, but Itachi had basically been giving the orders to basically massacre the whole clan, but he refused to kill his younger brother and sister, Sasuke Uchiha and Suki Uchiha. But the elders and the Hokage let him keep them alive, since they basically didn't know anything of what was happening, and the orders basically were given by Danzo and the two other elders and the Lord Fourth, whatever. As Danzo basically smirked, knowing that he would basically get rid of these cursed Uchihas and make his teacher proud slash the second Hokage, what's his name again? Tobiyama Senju. As yeah. As yeah. Basically, he was thinking to himself that he would make his just like his sensei proud, while getting the Uchiha clan's eyes, making him closer to becoming Hokage and making the Leaf Village the strongest village out of the 5 great nations. And then he basically put the folder down, picking up 2 other folders, being Itachi's 2 younger siblings, as he would basically start with Sasuke, as he would basically think to himself that idiotic fool, but due to his relationship with the Hokage's family, it would be too risky to do anything to him. As then he would basically look at Suki's folder, but you, Suki Uchiha, you were never liked by anyone in the Uchiha clan, and so you have little protection against me. I will make sure that you basically become a root member, and I will basically have you and Sai reproduce your respective clan together, and then I will have you, basically your prophetic family, what's it called? They brainwashed to basically do his bidding, as you basically have a evil smirk on his face. Basically, like what I mean by brainwash is like to basically make them like normal Asians, to like have the emotions and only listen to him and not really be able to think for themselves. As yeah, he'll have an evil smirk on his face. As yeah, we skip over to Suki's perspective, as she basically was sitting in her room, as she would basically hear a scream, as she look outside to see her older brother Itachi killing everyone on the street of the clan, as then he would basically appear in front of her, and grab her by the neck like he did to Sasuke, as he would say, "Foolish little sister, you like hate. You need to hate me and hate me more than anything you ever hate before. Enough, hate me enough to basically want to kill me, and then get stronger. And then once you are strong enough, you basically have these eyes, activate his MS like Mangekyo Sharingan, and only when you have these eyes, you should come and basically kill me." As you basically look straight into her eyes and say Tsukuyomi. As you basically see him killing the whole clan, as Itachi would basically drop her unconscious body down on the ground, as you basically go to this, do the same thing to Sasuke, as then he'll basically proceed to go he'll basically proceed to go to his mom and dad, as they'll basically a group of Uchihas with them, like a bunch of other innocent Uchihas that didn't really know about the coup. And when they learn about like a day before, like early before Itachi came, they basically agreed not to participate in the coup. So Itachi basically, yeah, wanted to sneak them out of the village and like couldn't fake their death or whatever, but they will be alive and living outside the village. As he will basically start to sneak them out of the village, but then two figures will appear in front of them, blocking their path to escape. As Itachi would activate his three Tomori Sharingan and say, "Who are you?" As they will basically get no answer. As then he'll activate his Mangekyo Sharingan, wanting to hurry up and say Amaterasu. As both figures will basically erupt in black flames, as the male would basically start to scream and war on the ground, but the female would just stand there like nothing ever happened, as the black flames would basically, the black flame that were around her would basically just get sucked away into her hands. As then the like the male would basically hold her leg, as he would basically say, "Yaiko-chan, it hurts, please help me," while crying at fake anime tears. As then she basically would look at him and punch him in the head, saying basically, but now it's not like hard to like kill him or anything like that, it's just like a little punch. As then as the man would basically say, "What was that for?" As Yaiko would basically say, "Naruto, you play too much. You play too much in serious time. You already wasted too much time as it is. Now there's the Umbus are coming close, so we basically have to hurry up," as they already entered the compound. As then the black flame around him would basically disappear, as well as he would basically then get up and say, "Okay, let's hurry up and finish this." As they would disappear, as all the Uchihas except for Itachi would basically fall dead on the ground, as the two figures would disappear as well. As then 5 Umbu would drop on the ground, landing on their feet or whatever. As yeah, one of them would basically have a weird haircut that kind of looks like a upside down cup or something. I don't know. It's like a weird haircut, right? As he had green spandex, and the second one had basically silver gravity defying hair in regular Umbu clothing and a fox mask, I believe. And the other one had like similar hair to Sasuke, but more like brown and like spiky and shit, like long and all that stuff. And the other one would have be a girl with like the one that had like the hair similar to Sasuke. The only difference would be like the fact that it's like brown basically. And the other one would be a girl with spiky but going down long hair with basically, it's kind of like Madora's, but like it's like not really exactly like Madora's actually. It's just like going down with a little bit of spike in it, right? As yeah, she basically had black hair, well, more like brown hair, but yeah, brownish black hair with red ruby like eyes, and the last one basically have purple silky hair, as they'll basically see all the dead Uchihas and Itachi with his MX activated and blood coming out of his eyes, as he'll basically the Umbus would attack him with several the jutsus, but Itachi would activate his Susanoo Cage and drop away, as the Umbus attack would basically hit the Susanoo Cage, causing little to no damage. So yeah, Itachi would basically Itachi would escape by like running away or whatever, as from basically now on he's like a S-Wing missing in, as we basically skip over to Itachi, as he'll basically be laying down on a tree branch, as he'll basically be thinking to himself, who are these two and how would they basically do that, as I've never heard of this Sayako girl, but Naruto, isn't he the fourth and Lady Kushina's unworthy son? Then how does he basically have white hair, such pale skin, and horns, and those clothing they remind me of? But he couldn't really continue, as he got interrupted, as a swirling vortex would appear in front of him, as a man with orange mask in a black cloak with red clouds and white outlines, as he would basically throw a copy of the same cloak in a ring at Itachi, as he would basically catch them and then basically put them on, as you basically the man with orange mask would say, "Welcome to the Akatsuki, Itachi Uchiha," as Itachi would basically simply nod, as we skip over to Naruto and Yaiko, as I just want to clear this up. I might be saying Yariko, but there's no L in this. It's like Yariko, not Yariko. So yeah, I just want to clear this up. But yeah, as we basically see them standing on a clearing, as Black Zetsu would come from the ground, as you basically give Naruto and Yariko the same things that the Maskman gave to Itachi. So basically the same cloak and the same type of ring, but yeah, they have the different shapes, whatever. As then Yariko will basically say, "Oh, Naruto, why didn't we kill that Suki girl?" As Naruto will basically give an evil smirk, as you basically say, "Well, I have to train, and she's the perfect training partner, unless you want me to have no experience in that department." As Yariko will blush, as in just nod, as she'll basically be Naruto will basically say, "But she'll also be useful to get my revenge on a certain someone." As Yariko will basically say, "What do you mean?" As Naruto will basically like his grin will get even bigger, as he'll basically say, what do you think Sasuke will think when he finds out that I'm basically I'm the one who killed his innocent family and made him suffer and manipulate his sweet little sister to do everything I tell her to?" As Yariko will basically grin, as she'll basically say, "You really are evil." As Naruto basically say, "And that's exactly why you love me," as he will basically pull her into a kiss, as Zetsu will basically say, "Good," like he would grunt and kind of like in disgust, whatever, making a disgust face, as he will basically say, "Stop doing that in front of me. She's my sister. I don't really want to see that." But you really are evil, Naruto, as you basically sink into the ground, as Yariko would basically pull away, as she would basically disappear in a flash, as like a white flash, pretty much, because she's like, you know what I mean. But yeah, she'll basically appear in a cave with pretty much with 9 other people, were standing on one finger of a giant humanoid statue with 9 eyes, but they were basically all closed. I should basically look around to see that all of the people were standing, like staring at her, as then a man with orange hair the same cloak that she was wearing, and the others were wearing the same thing as well. And a lot of piercing, and like a lot of piercing and rods sticking out of him in the basically visible part of his body that isn't covered by the cloak. And he had purple eyes with black wings in them, and would basically say, "Hello, Yaiko Otsutsuki. Zetsu here have basically freaking hell. Yeah. Basically she said Zetsu here have recommended that we basically take you into Akatsuki." And you might notice that basically Pain call her Yaiko Otsutsuki. That's because that's just like they think it's just a last name, like a family name, but they don't know that it's like the actual clan Otsutsuki. They don't even know that clan exists. They don't know the CS6 last name. No, yeah, so yeah. Anyways, basically says Zetsu here have recommended that we take you into Akatsuki. In doing so, making us have to create 2 new wings for you and this Naruto fellow. But he isn't here right now. Apparently, he is busy and being watched, so he isn't able to basically come full time, like a full time member yet. But you on the other hand, I've heard that some interesting news about you. As I could say, would narrow her eyes at him and say, what are those news? Like what have you heard about me basically? She'll ask, as the man will basically say, well, for starters, I've heard that basically you have powers similar to the sage's 6 path powers, powers of a god, well, goddess in your case. As she'll basically nod, as then the man will basically say, okay, well, do you mind if we basically see them? I should basically say, I will only use my powers to bring peace, and fighting you or any of you guys won't do that. But capturing the Atel beast will basically do so. If you want to see my powers, then you will have to basically send me after Atel beast. As the man will basically say, okay, very well, as you wish. As she'll basically turn around and basically look at a man with black hair going down and red eyes with 3 black tomoes, and she'll basically smile at him, making Itachi flinch a little bit, surprising everyone except for her and Zetsu, since they basically know that since her and Zetsu knew why he's acting this way, but the others don't. Like, they just think that he's mostly emotionless. As Yaiko basically she'll basically say, well, if you want to really know about my powers, I'm sure this guy can confirm that I'm strong enough to drain. As the man would basically say, Itachi, what is it, like, is what she's saying true? As Itachi would basically close his eyes, as he would say, yes, Pain-sama, she speaks the truth. I saw her kill a group of over 100 trained ninjas from high tuning to jonin, and she did it very fast and didn't look very tired. As Pain would basically say, good. Now then, welcome to the Akatsuki, Yaiko Otsutsuki. As a man with orange mask would basically suddenly jump up with his hands up and saying in a childlike voice, yes, now there's 2 girls in the group. Toby will have a harem with Yaiko-chan and Konan-chan and Didora senpai. As he'll basically start to laugh madly, as then he'll basically choke on his own spit. As Pain will basically sigh, as he'll basically say, this meeting is over, now go and lay low, do not disappoint your god. As his eyes will basically glow purpley, freaking hell. His eyes will basically glow more purple, and everyone will basically disappear. Meanwhile, Naruto will basically go to the academy, as today was his first day, as he'll basically have a genjutsu on, making him look like he did in canon, Sorry about that. But yeah, making him look like he does in canon, except that like the same as the in canon before he became a otsutsuki, so he doesn't have pale skin. He he looks exactly the same as canon, except that he isn't wearing the goggles and shit. So yeah, as we basically walk in to see Hanabi, Suki, Rose, and sitting down in a corner by themselves. As ever since the massacre, Suki became distant to most people in the village, especially the villagers in the Hokage's family, due to how they basically treated Naruto and Rose. She wanted to basically talk about how she was in pain with Sasuke, but he was still hanging out with Mema and Mito and their family, so she basically stopped herself from talking to him. And he didn't seem too eager to talk to her either way. Asanabi's Rose and Suki would basically wave at Naruto, as he would basically smile and walk up to them, as he would basically sit next to like the wall looking outside the window, as Hanabi would basically sit to his like side and Suki would sit behind him and Rose would sit in front of him. So like there wouldn't be another place for anybody else to sit next to him. It's like the window. So yeah, he's kind of like in the middle, whatever, but only in the middle of their group, not the whole class. So yeah, as they will basically start to talk to each other until Iruka come into the room, looking at them with disgusted but wouldn't like disgusted look, but they wouldn't really care, as they would simply stare into space. As you skip to the end of the academy, as they basically all had just passed the exams, with Naruto, Hanabi, Suki, and Rose getting in the man, watch that. But basically, Naruto, Suki, Rose, and Hanabi getting in the middle of the class, not wanting to basically draw too much attention to him, but in reality, the girls were basically high tuning level, and Naruto, well, let's just say he can kill Minato and his family at any time he wants. As they will basically pass, as Hanabi, Suki, Rose all had a crush on Naruto, as they were basically all outcasts, even Hanabi, and as Hiyashi called her weak and like a disgrace to the clan, and ended up disowning her, but forgot about the law that if a disowned main branch member of any clan, like if like the for other clans would be like the head of the clan, but since the Hyuga clan it's like the main branch, so anyone that's like banished from the main branch or the head or whatever basically is no longer part of the like belongs to the clan anymore. So she is no longer Hyuga anymore, but she still can use her Bakugan or whatever. So he'll basically not be able to put the seal on her. Well, yeah. Well, he tried to, but Naruto used his palm Rinnegan and sucked away all the seal, like all the chakra, like the seal and the chakra and the seal, destroying it. As ever since that day, Hanabi basically had been fangirling over him, eventually asking him out, as the girls who basically didn't want to be outdone by Hanabi, as they asked him out as well. As they basically were all now dating, as they basically all lived together now, since Hanabi basically was kicked out. She went to Naruto. Suki hated seeing her stupid, arrogant, and spoiled brother, and basically Rose, she went as well, and Rose went away when Jiraiya and Tsunade were training Mema and Mito. And the best part is they didn't even realize that she basically was gone till this very day, as they basically were currently all listening to Iruka telling the team, as Iruka basically go over the team like in canon, the team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as then he'll basically say team 7. But guys, this was from If you guys liked it and enjoyed, let me know what you guys thought of this one. Get if you 35 like for the next part. And yeah, before following you, I'm gonna be out for now. Peace.